Hey, I'm here with Mike Volpe, Vice President of Marketing from HubSpot. Mike, would you just tell the readers what a little bit about HubSpot?
Yeah, so HubSpot's an inbound marketing system. So we have software that helps companies with search engine optimization, blogging, social media, landing pages, lead generation. So it's sort of for a small and medium-sized business, everything you need to do, internet and inbound marketing.
Great. I know that you guys are big on inbound marketing strategies as opposed to outbound. Can you explain a little bit about the difference between those two and why you guys focus on inbound marketing instead?
Yeah, so outbound marketing is sort of the traditional things that marketers have done for a really long time. So you've got telemarketing and cold calling, direct mail, I'd say TV and print ads, basically any form of marketing that's interrupting you. So while you're trying to do something else in your daily life and the phone rings and then somebody cold calling you, that's interrupting you. So all those outbound marketing techniques rely upon that interruption. What's different about inbound marketing is it's really about when your prospects and customers are looking for something like what you sell, that you're there in the right place and that they're finding you basically, and that you're able to get found by your customers and your prospects. So it's using search engine optimization and some forms of viral marketing and blogging and social media, so that when you're out there and you're looking for a certain product or service, you just naturally kind of find that company. And it's much less interruptive, much more permission based, if you want to think about it that way.
Definitely. Now, one of the focuses of the That's Great PR blog is on using internet press releases as opposed to print press releases, and the benefits behind that, the SEO behind it, how it can help a viral campaign begin and things like that. How do you see internet press releases, social media, PR fitting into the model of inbound marketing?
So I think it's actually a critical part of inbound marketing, and I actually, personally, I don't think that I think the reason to do a press release today is for all of the sort of online distribution, and frankly, there's not really a whole lot of reason to do it, especially send it out over the wire service for all the reasons people used to do it 10 or 15 years ago. So we talk to our customers a lot about what's the right way to do an online press release, how to think about it from a search engine optimization perspective, both for the release itself and for the links from that release back to your own website, because both of those things are actually important to have that release when it's distributed show up in results, and also use that as a tool to drive SEO for your own site. And then there's a bunch of things around social media and really multimedia as well. So when you think about like the social media news release and doing videos and having those be part of your news releases and things like that, all that stuff, there's so much more that you can do on the web today. And I think all that's really, really important and a critical part of inbound marketing for sure.
Exactly. Now, one of the things that you bring up a lot is, and I know a lot of HubSpotters around here are big on social media, and everyone's on Twitter and Facebook and other sites like Plurk, and use Dig and Reddit, things like that. How do you see that fit into a marketing plan or a new marketing plan, like an inbound marketing plan now or strategy? Because there's a lot of talk about how companies feel that they lose money because of it now. It zaps employee productivity, it uses it, and I just put up a recent blog post that described using it, at least encouraging the employees to use it, because then they're more likely to put out a positive message about your company, which helps online reputation management and SEO and things like that about your company when someone searches or does a Google search for your company before doing business with you. So how do you see social media, because obviously you guys support it here because you allow your employees on it throughout the day?
We not only allow, but so I think we agree with you because we encourage it. So many of our employees are on Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. A lot of them also have their own personal blogs, and they won't always write about HubSpot, but a lot of times they will, and it may be more of like a developer may write about something that they built at HubSpot that they're proud of, or how they're building something and what other people they talk to, or other whatever. But I think all those things are very important to us, and I think you're right. I think that when you think about inbound marketing today or social media and things like that, what you really want to be doing as a company is producing lots of content. And the more content that you can have on the web that's about your company and favorable, the better. So why not use all of your employees as a great resource? So everyone in the marketing team absolutely at HubSpot is active in many types of social media. I think everyone actually, we haven't hired a marketer who hasn't had a personal blog either. Like literally, and not like one or two posts, but like and maybe not the most highly ranking blog in the world, but like a legitimate blog with like dozens of entries. Every single member of the marketing team has that, and many people in the development team, many people in the sales team do it. In fact, one of the requirements of a new salesperson at HubSpot is they actually build a blog as part of their training. So it's one of the, I mean, because we want them to have experience with it, because how are you going to talk to someone about and sell them on the concept if you haven't done it yourself? So all of our salespeople at least start one. And so there's just lots of things. And all that stuff I think is really, really important. And then as far as the companies that try to limit that stuff, I think your employees are going to do it anyways.
Exactly.
And if you hire good employees, they're going to make time and make sure that they get their work done and their job done. If you hire bad employees, they're going to goof off either just surfing the internet, or maybe with social media, or if you're limiting that stuff, they're going to find another way to goof off. Exactly. So I think you got to hire good people and then encourage them to do it. So I think I totally agree with your perspective.
Great, because that's exactly what my blog post was just about, was how they're going to do it whether or not you lock them down at work or in the office, or when they get home at night, and you might as well encourage them to do it, and encourage them to put up stuff about what your company's doing, what maybe that you just came out of staff meeting because of a new great product that you guys are set to release, and maybe here's the little bit about it that you can actually talk about before it's made public, or a link to a website that you guys just discussed, or a good training seminar you're going to, or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have people at HubSpot that blog and talk about all kinds of stuff in social media as well. And I mean, the developers, they have a foosball table, and they will film foosball games and put them up on YouTube. And not only they're filming themselves goofing off and putting that up on YouTube, right? So as long as that stuff doesn't get too out of control, it's still okay, and I still think it's great.
Yeah, well, projects for the company too, projects a fun message about the company, and it's just, well, like you said, another thing out there that, in this case, says HubSpot on it, and that's a positive thing about HubSpot.
Absolutely. And I think, because a key part of growing a company is also hiring, right? So when a developer's surfing around the web and happens to stumble upon the video of HubSpot developers playing foosball, like, oh, that looks like a cool company, I want to work there. It just adds that element of personality to your business, which I think is great.
So it's your version of the foosball is your version of the Dig video that you wrote a blog post about.
So I guess maybe that's, I don't know. We should do our own version of that Dig video. It would be a little different because I think we're a very different culture than Dig, but absolutely.
Now, one of the big things that you mentioned, one of the big things as part of the HubSpot product is SEO, and obviously the blogs help improve your SEO, and
that's right.
I think that a lot of people are scared by what SEO means, and it's easy to think you know a lot, but not actually have a deep understanding. So if you could tell the readers and viewers of this 5 easy things that they could do, besides of course purchasing the HubSpot product.
Of course, yeah.
But what would be 5 actionable things that would take an hour, 2 hours for someone that could really multiply their SEO and help them out?
All right. So I don't know if I'll get to 5, but at least maybe at least 3 or something like that. I think the first thing, and this is free, if you go to websitegrader.com, that's website grader.com. There's a free tool there. You put in your URL and click go, and within about a minute, it'll instantly generate an SEO report for your website. And it'll give you a whole bunch of feedback on what you're doing right and wrong, and I would take a bunch of those tips and sort of start to implement that stuff if I had a limited amount of time. So the first thing is get a free report from Website Grader. I think the second thing is make sure that the stuff on each page of your website is optimized. And the most important thing for the on-page SEO is the page title. So for the title tag of each page, make sure that it's using good keywords and is different on every page of your website. Those are 2 things that most people, usually a lot of times it's just your company name, which is not a good idea, and it's the same on every page of your site, which is also not a good idea. So I think that would probably be the second thing. Make sure to get that stuff right. And then the third thing is, one of the most important factors for SEO is having more links into your site. So whatever you can do to create cool, interesting content that people want to link to. So a blog is great for that. You talk about blogging driving SEO, but more links into your site is good. And I don't mean, link exchanges or a link from your uncle's blog or whatever. I mean good links from reputable websites, right?
Definitely. Well, I know that you guys have, maybe by now, since it's the end of the day, maybe about 20 tickets left to IMS.
20, 25 tickets. Yeah, so for people seeing this, last chance to register for the Inbound Marketing Summit. Seth Godin, David Bierman-Scott, Chris Brogan, Greg Verdino, myself, a whole bunch of folks that know a lot about internet marketing, inbound marketing, are going to be at this event called the Inbound Marketing Summit.
Awesome. Well, I'll be there. I'll probably be live blogging it or blogging right afterwards.
So very cool.
Thanks for the time, Mike.
Hey, thanks a lot. Good to see you. Thanks a lot.